Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Disney Done Differently. We're still on our countdown to the Magic Kingdom's 50th anniversary. We're literally just days away. I thank everybody that's been along for this journey as we counted down one video at a time to count down to the most magical place on earth, or happiest place on earth. Anyway, one's in Disneyland, one's in Disney World, right? Speaking of that, in Disneyland, restaurant Steakhouse 55, named after the year that they opened, has been closed. And the Wave, located in the Contemporary Hotel that we all love so much, has also been redesigned to Steakhouse 71, in homage to the opening of the Magic Kingdom and the Disney World Resort. Well, they have a new dessert that's very similar to a dessert that was at Steakhouse 55. You see, at Steakhouse 55, there was a chocolate layer cake that was 21 layers and delicious and amazing. The flavors combined, an amazing dessert. Very similar to the DVC lounge they served on top of Bay Lake Tower for a short time. Can't wait for that to reopen. But Steakhouse 71, located in Contemporary, previously of the Wave, is now doing a chocolate cake with Nutella. Let's do something a little differently. Let's go. Alright, so in here I have my dry ingredients, all combined. In here is 2 cups of sugar, 1 3/4 cups of flour, and 3/4 of a cup of cocoa powder, 1 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and a teaspoon of salt. So you can sift them if you like, but depending on how you're going to be mixing everything, sometimes it's not necessary. There's 2 versions of the way I like to make chocolate cake. I'm going to post it on the Facebook group. Normally I would, to this exact mixture, my dry ingredients would always be the same for chocolate cake. And the only thing that's different is I will always add 2 eggs. So we'll just add 2 eggs into there right now. The only thing that differs is depending on if I'm going to add milk to the cake or if I'm just going to stick with water and oil. So if I was adding milk, I would add 1 cup of milk at this point and incorporate that. When I add 1 cup of milk, I actually increase the oil to 1 1/2 cups of oil, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and 1 cup of water. So when I'm not doing the milk, I actually use less. I like to use hot water though. It doesn't have to be boiling. Some recipes out there you'll see that call for boiling water. It melts down the cocoa powder faster, incorporates it, but if you're using very good cocoa powder, you don't have to worry about that. But what I do like to do, because water and oil don't mix, I like to incorporate my water or milk into my batter, and it comes together very quickly. You can see I'm not using an electric mixer, just using a whisk. And now at this point is where I like to add the oil. And the oil, I like to make sure it's getting fully incorporated and not just sitting on the top. So I'm going to take care of this, and then I'm going to take 2 9-inch cake pans, and my oven's preheating at 350 degrees, and there's our cake batter. Okay, my pans have been greased with a little bit of spray. Our batter has been whipped together. Folks, you can figure this part out, how to break it up evenly. Go about like that much and stop. That looks like approximately half. Let it spread out. Now, I do like to take my cakes, and if you bounce them, one, you're going to have an even, flat But it also, I don't know if you can see, little air pockets, and that's going to help with when cooking, the steam is actually going to cook right through. 350 degrees, approximately 28 minutes, and we'll be back. Alright, so the cakes are out, still warm to the touch. Gonna let these cool, and you gotta let them cool before we cut them. So let's do that, and then we'll cut them. I went ahead and sliced up some of the cakes. You can see multiple layers here that I have. This one steamed a little bit. So this is a great opportunity, folks. It's not always gonna come out perfect. But what I'm gonna do is just gently rub my fingers across it. You can also use a brush. You just want to take that excess off. Sometimes it's the eggs, sometimes it's the humidity, sometimes it's steamed too fast. But you just want to take that little bit of excess off, and you'll have a nice working surface. Now, we got to put fillings in between all these layers to build up this cake. So let's see what we got. In front of you I have some of the items that I'm going to use to fill. They're all store-bought. There's nothing I'm going to hide, and didn't make anything here. Here, the infamous, the never forget it, Nutella. Here, a little bit of fluff that I have. Not enough to do all the layers, but just enough. Here, creamy dark chocolate frosting. Here, milk chocolate frosting. Threw them in some pastry bags, and I started doing a couple so that I don't have to take you through the whole process. So I'm going to show you where I'm at, and then we'll do a few layers together. Let's go. Alright, so I have a few layers started already. I'm going to do the fan favorite now of the Nutella. Nutella is thicker than frosting. Remember, this is chocolate and hazelnut. So not as much needs to be used, as that looks like a little bit to some. Hot water on my, just a flat little spatula knife. Am I worried about getting crumbs into the layers? I am not. Multiple reasons why. There are so many layers that it'll be impossible if you get some crumbs. But you don't want too much because it's going to be overpowering. But this is good because I like to show you guys it's not always perfect. But what's your end result that you're looking for? If presentation, yes, it goes so far in the industry, and it's really what you eat with your eyes, right? So if it looks good, it's going to be good. But that's not always the case. We've had some amazing looking Disney desserts in the parks, and then when you tasted them, it felt like they didn't pay for the sugar or the sweetener or the filling. So I'll tell you the truth, I'm not thrilled with the way that this layer looks right now, but am I sure that Nutella is going to taste excellent? Yes. Is it going to add a different layer of flavor? Absolutely. And you just have to do that. And guess what? If it's wrong, what's the worst that we did? We made a chocolate cake with Nutella and it didn't look pretty. I don't know about you folks, but it doesn't take a lot for me to be, if I want that sweet tooth fix, and I want to make sure I got layers in there. Take this, now watch, this is going to spread much easier. There's probably more oil in this, where Nutella is got more of a butter texture to it. Maybe I should have heated up the Nutella. Who knows? But folks, you've heard me say it time and time again, have fun with food. And if one layer of your cake isn't as good as the other 16, well, guess what? Get over it. So I'm going to continue building this, and we'll start to see what happens. Alright, quick update. So, I felt like it needed something to be to break the sweetness. I have some blackberry jelly, jam actually. So I just added a thin layer of that. The idea just came to me last minute. I didn't plan it. Will it work? It's only one layer. We got fluff, we have Nutella, we have the light chocolate, the dark chocolate, now the jelly, and I have more layers to do. So. Alright folks, well, we got all the layers. There you go. There's a lot. We got multiple layers. This was not easy. There's a couple imperfections, but at the end of the day, I'm sure it's going to taste great. Very happy with the top. That's a slicer knife, so that should give you a comparison of the height that it actually is. Let me see. I guess I'm going to give it a cut right into the middle, and we'll see how this goes. So let's go. Well, the good news is you can see the fluff layer. The bad news is I can't see the layers in between. I'm going to do this as gently as possible. Let me try to move this. Who does things like this? Look at that, folks. That is a monstrous piece of cake. I don't know how many layers we did. It's all in there. Up close I can see the actual individual layers. I don't know how this is going to look on video. I'm a little disappointed in that. But at the end of the day, you're with your friends, you're with your family. This is kind of impressive. Let me just move this gently again. So what do you do with a cake this big? Well, we eat it. So, Steakhouse 71. Let's see how it tastes. Alright, so I laid the cake down so I could see my face basically. Steakhouse 71, used to be Steakhouse 55, used to be the Wave, DVC Lounge on top of Bay Lake Tower. They got one. I have a different respect for it now. It's not just a cake, it's an adventure. And what do you do with a cake like this? Well, I know eventually she's gonna watch. And today, she's enjoying time in Disney World with her family. So this cake goes out to Mary Wells. Happy birthday, Mary. I hope you enjoy and have a magical time in Disney World with your family. Let's see. Oh, that's really good. Oh, it's moist. It's not super sweet. Get up here. Oh, got a little bit of that raspberry jam. Folks, thank you so much. We're so close to the 50th anniversary. We're doing our countdown. Happy birthday, Mary. Hello, Nevaeh. Have a great time. Thank you for your time. That's all that matters. Take your time out of your day to actually watch this video. I appreciate it. Make cakes as big as you can. Have fun with it. If you like what you saw today, please like, subscribe, and share. And tell your friends, tell your friends. Till next time. I'm having more cake.